This is Vijay Singh from GOfermentor. Today we're going to talk about making white wine. Now in white wine, pressing is involved, but it's quite different from red wine. In red wine, we're pressing the fermented wine from the skins. But in white wine, we're actually pressing the juice out of the grapes, which is a much more messy and complex procedure. So let's look at how it is done traditionally. So here's a typical white wine press. Look at the juice coming out. It's all being squeezed, all oxidizing in the air, running all over the place. Sticky, messy juice everywhere. Here we have another view of this white wine press. There are the crushed grapes. They're being squashed around. You can just imagine cleaning this mess up. However, this is how traditionally you press juice to make white wine. So as you know, with the GOfermentor, we do everything differently. We try to avoid a mess. We try not to oxidize the juice. We try to make it very convenient. So in this situation, we take the destemmed crushed grapes, put them in a bag. We use an air chamber to inflate and crush the grapes in the bag while we're pumping the juice out using a pump to the second bag, which you see on the right. So the second bag on the right collects the clean grape juice while the pumice remains in the first bag. There is no contact to the outside world. There's no cleaning here. At the end of the process, you take the pumice bag and you take it out for fertilizer or dispose of it. It's all in one bag, sealed, and you have the clean wine in your collection bag, and there you add the yeast and the nutrients, and you start to ferment into white wine. So here's how the process works. Destemming is very similar to using red grapes. Select them, put them in a destemmer. This particular unit has a pump, so it pumps the grapes right into a hose into our bag. Now we take this bag, insert our press tube in there, close it up, connect it, you can see we have a pump to our collection bag in the second container. I run the pump and I start pulling off the grape juice into my collection bag. So once you pump most of the free run juice, you inflate the bag in the chamber with the grapes. This crushes the pumice and extracts the remaining juice, giving you a yield that's quite comparable to a conventional or traditional press, something like 150 gallons per ton, depending on the grape variety. So here you see the piping, the pump, and how the free-run grape juice is being collected in that bag. So we're going to be fermenting in that bag in a few minutes, and we're going to be taking out the pumice from the bag that we started with. So here's the pumice from the pressing operation. Now, it looks quite dry, comparable. It does take longer in the GOfermentor because the pumice tends to contain sort of a mushy material, and it takes a while for the GOfermentor to extract all the juice. But it's completely automated. You set it up for an hour or 2 hours, and will continually press, relax, until most of the juice has been removed, leaving your pumice looking like this. So now we get back to our clean wine juice. There it is in a bag. It's just ready now to add your yeast nutrients, add the yeast, and start your fermentation. Now notice, we did not oxidize this at all. It's always been handled in a closed system. And you know, recent research has shown that when juice is pressed from grapes, it oxidizes within seconds. So in our process here with the GOfermentor, we never allow air to contact the system. We're going to a closed bag, usually filled in a vacuum. We're going to a secondary bag, which is completely empty, to really minimize the oxidation, and we get for that a nice pale color and fruity aromas. Let's compare some white wine options. 1 ton batch, traditional versus GOfermentor. First of all, cost. Traditional, you're looking at a press. A wooden press, maybe a few thousand, but a real press, a bladder press, is going to cost you $12,000. You want a closed press to make really fine quality white wine, you're looking at $80,000. In the GOfermentor, the press is free. It's built into the net and the junior, and it is a completely closed press. It goes from bag to bag. Your only cost really is 2 bags instead of 1 bag. One that you put the grapes in, one that you collect the wine in. Labor, 6 hours, cleaning, cycling, repeat. It takes a while to get dry pumice. In the GOfermentor, it takes 15 minutes to set up, and it can take quite long to do a very efficient press, but it runs automatically. It might take 6 to even an overnight run to get the maximum amount of white wine juice, but it's all automatic. It's 10 minutes to remove the pumice bag at the end. So overall, it's very little labor. Cleaning, shoveling out the pumice, getting rid of it, washing the press. Now remember, this is grape juice. It's sweet, it's sticky, it gets on your feet, it gets on your hands. It's really a pain. With our system, GOfermentor, nothing. Pull the bag out, take the pumice away, put a new one in. Disposal, traditional system, gallons of wash water, rice hulls, filter aids, things used to help you press it. Our case, nothing. The clean pumice is already packaged in a bag. Just take it out, use it as compost. There are no filter aids, there's no other ingredients added. Can be used as a fertilizer for the vineyard. Quality. You've seen with traditional, I showed you in my first slide, it's open. You get oxidation damage, will never be recovered. In our system, it's a closed press. There's no air contact. The aromatics are preserved, color is preserved, and you can make sulfite-free wines because you don't need sulfites to keep the oxidation down. You are working in a closed press system. Yield, 150 to 180 gallons per ton, traditional press. Our yields are a little lower. It's about 140 to 160 gallons per ton, but there's no cleanup at all. And the cut is perfect. There's no question of crushing seeds, getting bitterness, anything like that. It's one fraction press. Environment, you need to process the wastewater, you have to treat it. In our case, there's no wastewater, the liner is biodegradable. So it's a very inexpensive, a very interesting option to make high quality white wine using grapes. True high quality white wine has to come from grapes that have been pressed immediately before use. Most people buy their white wine as juice, as their starting material. It's never the same. It has preservative, it's been frozen, it's been pressed God knows how many weeks or months ago. There's nothing like fresh grapes to make real white wine. And the GOfermentor makes it easy and inexpensive. So thanks for watching this short segment on making white wine, traditional versus the GOfermentor way. Please go on our website. We have lots of information, papers, articles, manuals. Be part of the GOfermentor family. This is Vijay Singh. Thank you for watching.